Hello, listeners. Welcome to another episode of the Flophouse Mini. That's right. Usually, the Flophouse watches a bad movie and then we talk about it. But also usually, because it's half the time, so it's really equal, we do Flophouse Minis, where we just kind of talk about whatever we want. Sometimes it's related to movies. Sometimes it's not related to movies. Sometimes it's related to things that are related to movies. And sometimes it's not related to things that are related to movies. And today...
You're saying that like you've got a sexy secret.
Should we change it from mini to like Flophouse Unchained or something?
I mean, maybe. Like, it doesn't really
short.
make any sense. It's no longer short. It's, it happens half the time anyway.
Yeah. So welcome to another Flophouse Unchained, where we get raw and crazy. We let ourselves loose. We do whatever we want. There's no rules.
Heck yeah, that sounds awesome.
I'm Elliott, Mad Dog Kalen, and I'm joined by my co-hosts.
Dan Off the Leash McCoy.
And Stuart Bow Wow Wow Wellington.
That's right. And you're in the Flophouse Doghouse. We're talking about something very exciting. That's right. We're talking about the public domain, because this episode is coming out January 10th, 2026. This is one of the most exciting times of the year because this is when we finally get our hands on all those cultural properties that have entered the public domain, and we can do whatever we want with them. Yay! Let me explain. Every year, the copyright expires on a class of really old stuff, and it just becomes part of the common creative clay of American art. And I feel like as a creative person who wants to make a living, I love the idea of copyright because I want to make something and then own it and then make money off of it and leave it to my family. But as a creative person who recognizes that in reality, corporations own most of the copyrights and they just hold things back and make it harder for other people to do cool things with them, I also like the public domain a lot. And I think that there's something really exciting about the public domain because you can finally do stuff with famous stuff. And we are now entering this era where the things that are going into the public domain are 20th century things that we are already familiar with. It's no longer like, oh, this old book from like 1,000 years ago or whatever is in the public domain. Now
Moby Dork.
Shyamala's in the public domain.
Yeah, now I can finally make the 3 Buttsketeers and they can have sex with each other. Like, who cares, But now we have these new things from the 20th century that are public domain. This year, pretty much everything from the year 1930 is in the public domain now, which is super exciting because this is when like movies that people might have watched on their own just because are in the public domain now. So I decided I want to make this a new annual tradition. Every January, I'm going to talk to my friends, Dan and Stu, and I'm going to say, here's some new public domain properties. What are we going to do with them? Like, what can we do with them?
Yeah.
And so let's talk about some of them. A few characters are entering the public domain this year that are exciting. For instance, the earliest character of Nancy Drew is entering the public domain. So, guys, what are we going to do with Nancy Drew now that we can do whatever we want with her?
What's her whole thing, Dan, before you get creepy?
Why is there assumption I'm going to get creepy? Her whole thing, like she's like a young woman who solves crimes.
Okay, Dan, don't get creepy. Okay, yeah. She's a girl detective, basically. Like she's
Lady Hardy Boy.
Exactly.
Okay.
But I think she may have predated the Hardy Boys. I don't know.
I think she did. I think the Hardy Boys.
She dated the Hardy Boys?
Yeah, she dated both of them at the same time in a movie that I saw.
Sounds complicated. Well, obviously,
it was called Challengers. What if you did now? Next, Luca Guadagnino's going to do Challengers, but it's about 2 boy detectives and they're dating a girl detective.
It's a pretty good, I don't know, it's a pretty good pitch.
I mean, they're going to they'll find all the clues as to infidelities and whatnot.
I guess that's true. It is hard to have an affair when the person you're cheating on is a detective.
You would think, but I feel like oftentimes they're so wrapped up in their own mysteries. They forget to pay attention to the thing right in front of them.
They don't understand the mysteries of the heart.
I feel like we're kind of partway to what our Nancy Drew property is going to be, which is like, Nancy Drew is like she's got a couple lovers, and she's got to keep them in the dark about each other and cover up her tracks. Or alternately, or alternately, she thinks that somebody is cheating on her. Her boyfriend's cheating. She's got to figure out the mystery. Maybe it uncorks a larger can of worms. Do they can worms with corks?
Almost like a Clueless sort of a take, where Nancy Drew's this high school detective who is. I mean, I'm basically talking about fucking Veronica Mars.
Or it's about like the paranoia that just seeps in when you deal with mysteries, and it leads her to see infidelity where it may not actually exist.
Okay, so I mean that's kind of like a Harriet the Spy type thing, where she kind of is intruding in people's lives because she thinks there's more kind of adventure going on in them. Harriet the Spy, not in the public domain. Nancy Drew now is. So let's try it. Nancy Drew, but this could be like the gritty, dark take where Nancy Drew is kind of, she believes that she's paranoid and believes there's mysteries all around her, and she's losing her mind. And then probably Elder Gods or something.
Or we could do the gross out comedy version, Nancy Drool.
It sounds more like a Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, is there something more gross out than Garbage Pail Kids, Dan?
I love that Stuart's like, let's do the gross out version. And Dan goes, that sounds like Garbage Pail Kids. And Stuart's like, yeah, exactly.
I guess I'm arguing with the comedy part of it. What?
I mean, if you're gonna doubt the legacy of Art Spiegelman, Dan, in the word, then sure you can. Creator of Garbage Pail Kids.
No, it's true. And Wacky Packages.
And also Mouse, the story of his father's experiences in the Holocaust. Really contains multitudes, Art Spiegelman. Yeah. So he's not in the public domain yet, though. So Nancy Drew is so we're either doing a kind of gothic noir where she's losing her mind, or it's kind of like, or it's a gross out comedy.
Now what are the details of Nancy Drool beyond the obvious?
Well, she's a gross girl detective. Okay. I think it's pretty straightforward.
I love it.
Sure.
She's a gross, so it's hard for her to go undercover or to to fade to the background because she's so gross. She's always drooling all the time.
She's questioning people and they're like, "Ugh, Nancy Drool's coming over."
Yeah, or she'll be farting and giving herself away when she's hiding in the bushes.
What's her premise?
She's a really good detective, but no one takes her seriously because she's so gross.
She's so gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not just drooling, it's any gross thing.
No, Nancy. Her given name, her Christian name is Nancy Drew, but the movie is called Nancy Drool. Because they call her that because she drooled.
I like it. So
once.
she's got all the suspects in one room at the end. She goes, "No one's leaving this room until we find the killer." But she keeps farting, so they all really want to leave the room. Really
volunteers badly. That they did it because they just wanted to get
she's
out of
farting
there.
and it's getting smelly, and then she finally throws up, and that smells so bad that the killer admits it. Yeah.
Well, it's the smell of the vomit that's the worst part. Okay, I guess you're right.
Because it makes everybody throw. You've seen Stand By Me. Everybody throws up when there's throw up around. Yeah.
That's what happened.
Okay. So I think, Nancy Drool, we got it. I don't even know if we need her to be in the public domain to do that. It might fall under the parody rules, but that's cool. It means we don't have to worry about getting legal involved, just to check.
Drool is what the tagline would be. Yeah. That's cool.
That's
just drool it, I think, would be another one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's Nancy Drew is now Nancy Drool. Okay, let's go to another character who is now entering the public domain. Dan's gonna love this one because he loves comic strip characters, and there's no comic strip character that I think has really touched the hearts of America, gotten across the idea of humor, got the adventure of comic strips. No character does it better than Blondie. That's right, Blondie. This is the this is Blondie from her first appearance, who is a flapper. But I assume you could still do the Blondie who's just a housewife, So Dan, what are we going to do?
Just a housewife?
And Dan, what are we going to do with Blondie? Again, keep it clean. You don't have to keep it as clean as Nancy Drew, who is, I think, potentially a minor. I don't remember. But Blondie, of course, I mean, she is, maybe you don't need to keep it clean. I don't know. She's super hot,
Thanks, Elliott. I don't know, you're attributing all of this perviness to me, and I feel like it just makes you sound like you're constant.
I don't know, but Blondie, what are you going to do with Blondie?
What a deflection. Perseus with the shield over here.
So there were a lot of Blondie.
It was a great defense. You're making me sound pervy, but I don't know, maybe you are.
There were a series of Blondie movies back in the day. I mean, I think it actually is more interesting that she was a flap. The thing is about Blondie is they abandoned the premise in favor of just sort of I don't know, suburban comedy.
Yeah.
But part of the humor of it, I guess, originally was that she was a free-spirited flapper girl who marries like kind of a square guy, and they have a suburban life or whatever.
I mean, is he a square? He's got that crazy haircut.
Well,
and he's such big sandwiches.
He's a young rich guy, and I think if I'm right correctly, the story is that he gets like disowned by his family for marrying Blondie, and that's why they become suburbanites, rather than living it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I think that the fish out of water, like, return to that. Like, that seems like the interesting part of it, right? Like,
so it's kind of a Born Yesterday type thing?
I know I saw that movie, but I can't really remember
where she's like a gangster's mole who's like,
right.
They want her to enter society, and so the guy comes to teach her and make her, educate her on stuff, sophisticated stuff.
I remember
or like a My Fair Lady.
Playing gin.
But you want the I hate to bring up vomit again, that scene in your favorite movie Babylon where she's at that fancy party and she just throws up all over the place.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so sleepy right now.
No, this is good. This is good. This is great. Stuart, what do you think about Blondie? What are you going to do with her? And again, this is Blondie the character, not the band. The Blondie the band will not enter the public domain until 50 years from now.
But can we have this Blondie start a band?
Yeah,
yes, this Blondie could start a band for sure.
Interesting.
Okay, so this is what happens. So
but
Fish Out of Water story. Fish Out of Water story. She is has to learn how to be a suburban housewife despite having a background as a flapper, and in the process, she inadvertently invents the brownie variation, the Blondie.
Oh, okay.
And they become incredibly rich.
So that's the arc of the story. Okay, interesting. Yeah. You could do that. I mean, that feels like that's your story for.
And Dagwood is asleep when this happens. Sleeping off a sandwich. And he is, there's a little bit of strife because suddenly they're thrust into the public eye because of her invention.
And is this like a Big Eyes type scenario where Dagwood is taking credit for the invention of the Blondie even though he had nothing to do with it?
Of course.
As a sleepy man, I have to say, I'm so fucking mad at that kid in Blondie who keeps waking up Dagwood. Just like wanders into the house to wake. Also, it's on Dagwood. Like, lock your fucking door. You know that annoying
or
kid.
Sleep in your bedroom, not on the couch. That might be part of it.
How does this kid not assume Dagwood has a gun?
I mean, the first time you wake someone up, you intrude in someone's house and wake them up and they don't shoot you. I think that's the precedent has been set,
I don't know. Dan, after the first time, maybe that's when he goes to the pawn shop. He trades in
a sandwich.
His wedding band.
His wedding band. His wedding band goes, this is what brought me all the trouble. This is what brought me low. I'll trade it in for a gun now. So Dan's version of Blondie and Vol is kind of an advocation of the stand your ground laws, that kind of thing.
I didn't say that. I just said lock the door. I said nothing about you guys brought guns into the conversation.
That's true. Okay, so Blondie is the story of the rise and fall, the fall and rise of this family. A flapper who invents a dessert. Okay, I think that sounds great.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Okay, next, Dan, keep it clean.
Okay.
Entering now in the public domain, the earliest version of Betty Boop where she still looks like a dog woman. That has entered the public domain. Not the later Betty Boop who is not a dog woman, but the original one.
I think
I don't know if there's any way of keeping this clean.
I think what we should do is we should sell T-shirts on the boardwalk that feature Betty Boop, but she's like covered in tattoos and has like pistols in her hands.
Stuart, I hate to break it to you. Someone stole your $1 billion idea.
What? Oh, hard already started spending.
You're like, well, what if we just did T-shirts where the Looney Tunes characters were rappers? Stuart, I hate to break it to you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Rick and Morty then. Rick and Morty, but they're like super high.
I mean, we've got America's first cartoon sex pot, but she's a dog. I feel like there's got to be some money that we can get from the furry community.
While you guys talk about this, I'm going to Google this.
You're going to Google this? You're not aware of the early
you're not aware.
dog
So
Betty?
when Betty Boop first appeared, she was the girlfriend of Bimbo the dog was her and so she was also supposed to be a dog, and she has floppy ears and like a little bit more of a dog-like face, but she still has that Betty Boop baby head,
Oh, that's kind of, this one's kind of terrifying.
Confusing you, Stuart?
No.
Making you feel things, urges
that
you've
one's
never felt
kind of
before?
weird looking because her teeth, there's a lot of teeth in that picture. But this is what we're talking about, like that kind of thing?
Well, actually, there was an early outcry that her teeth looked too human, and so the animators went back, and they gave her more cartoony teeth like she had in the video game.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay. That's a Sonic joke.
Okay, she looks Okay. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
So what are we going to do? And so the Fleischer company or whoever owns the Fleischer estate now, they are arguing, no, Betty Boop is not in the public domain because she is a different character than this dog woman who looks just like Betty Boop. But for all intents and purposes, it's this early version of Betty Boop where she's a dog. So what do we do with this Betty Boop dog character?
Well, if that's true, then maybe we could make a movie about this dog character walking around and everyone thinking that she's Betty Boop and having to disabuse people of that notion. For fear that it'll cause legal troubles for her, perhaps. Not sure where to go with this.
Yeah,
I mean, would you call it not Boop or something like that? I'm not Boop.
Yeah, Boopless.
Boopless. Or it's just called.
Oh, what's the diagnosis, doctor? Sorry, Boopless.
This is the hardest part of my job, having to deal with a dog woman who looks like Betty Boop.
Boop job. I don't know.
Yeah, run with that, Dan. You got some puns on your tongue.
No.
Yeah.
I got puns on my tongue and a song in my heart.
Yeah, would you call this a reboot? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dan, you saw the Boop Broadway musical. Was she a dog woman in that?
Yeah.
Oh God, this musical was such a fucking mess. It was basically just like they saw Barbie and they're like, let's just do that. Where it's
but with Betty
she
Boop.
comes to the real life and has to sort of, I don't know, but like,
so you're saying she
without
went
any
back to life,
commentary,
back to
really.
reality.
Now, is Betty Boop because in some ways, like Barbie is meant to kind of represent womanhood, I guess. Is Betty Boop the same sort of character?
Betty Boop is like Blondie. Like Betty Boop represented kind of like in the 30s rather than the 20s, but represent kind of like flapper, kind of like wild girl energy. Like she's a party girl. Eventually, they domesticated her too. But that's what she was supposed to be.
The funny thing about the Boop musical, to take us down this road a little bit, is there's, this young girl character loves Betty Boop and has like this big monologue at one point about all the things that Betty Boop represents. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Number one, no young kid knows Betty Boop as anything other than maybe I recognize that face.
Oh, that's a character on a T-shirt that you buy at the beach or on a boardwalk.
But also, Betty Boop doesn't recognize.
Reminding me.
Maybe at some point she represented some sort of flapper freedom, but she doesn't represent anything.
I know she's pretty sassy. You've seen the way she puts her hands on her hips and is like, cocks her head to the side.
Mm-hmm. She represents monsters and horny ghosts running after her.
Dan,
and her
I
being
think you're
kidding. No.
The problem is you know too much about Betty Boop. I think to most people they're not aware of her time spent being chased by ghosts who would then stop and do a Cab Calloway song and then go back to chasing her. I think most people only know her as a sexy baby-headed lady.
Yeah, you're the audience member that they dread arriving for the Boop musical.
But that's the point.
Excuse me, where does this fall into Boop continuity?
If people don't have any associations with her, they're also going to be like, what are you talking about? Why are you trying to make this into some sort of icon with meaning rather than a fun old cartoon character?
So your answer is we don't do anything with Betty Boop. We just leave her in the graveyard of ideas. We don't take advantage of her now being in the public domain as a dog woman.
I mean, if anything, I would want to lean into more of the weirdness of all those old Betty Boop cartoons. The great thing about those is they had no continuity. It was anything for a gag. Some weird creature would show up and a thing would happen and it would not make any sense, and then we'd be on to the next thing.
Now, guys, we've gotten pretty far into this mini, and I feel like we've really kind of approached this from a writer's angle, which makes sense because we're all accredited writers here. Mm-hmm. But we haven't considered casting yet, and I feel like that's a big part. Is there anybody? We've talked about Blondie.
Who have the biggest heads in Hollywood?
Well,
that's true.
I will say that's one of the big strengths of the Barbie movie was getting Margot Robbie, an actress who looks just like Barbie, but also brings intelligence to it and is a good producer. Because she's the star of the movie, so she's not an unsung hero, but she's apparently the person who was get Greta Gerwig in. I'm going to fight for the things that Greta Gerwig wants to do with this movie. And so they really lucked out that you had someone who is a good producer and a great actress who looks just like the character. So who could be Betty Boop?
And she also won the plank competition among all the cast when they were doing a plank competition.
Okay, I mean
I find that unsurprising
that
considering the shape that she's in.
I guess so.
No, but I mean, like
plank
she's also really tall. I feel like Gosling would have an advantage because he's a little shorter, right?
I don't know. I feel like with his kind of shoulders and chest, I feel like he's unbalanced.
Oh,
It's gonna be hard to plank. So who would play Betty Boop? And then let's move on to the next character, an even more beloved cartoon character.
I don't know who's got like a high voice. I don't think we're gonna get the head size. So like, who could do the voice?
I don't know who's got a huge head.
I mean, I do.
know what?
Maybe I could play Betty Boop.
I'm gonna say, and I don't mean this in an insulting way at all. Christina Ricci has a very large forehead, has big eyes. She could be Betty Boop for sure.
Yeah, certainly.
Good call.
Okay, moving on. Okay, so we talked about Blondie. We talked about Betty Boop. Who's an even more beloved cartoon character who's entering the public domain? That's right, Flip the Frog. The Ub Iwerks character, Flip the Frog.
Oh, sure.
Ub Iwerks,
What?
of course, when he left Disney, he created the Flip the Frog character, and he is now in the public domain. Stuart, you love Flip the Frog.
Dan, are you Googling Flip the fucking frog?
Okay. I have it in my. I have it. Vision
Oh yeah,
in my
I got
head,
it.
but
I got him saved in my hidden folder.
Yeah. Here we go. Look at him.
Oh, okay.
Looks happy.
Yeah, he looks like something.
He does look like something. You know, let's move along.
He does. He looks like. He also looks like he has a sexy secret.
Okay, so Flip the Frog is kind of a crying game type movie. Okay.
It could be. Who knows?
All right, so let's move on. It's not just characters. There's also some books that are entering the public domain. 2 big books in particular are entering the public domain this year.
Uh-huh.
We can do whatever we want with them. One, The Maltese Falcon. The Maltese Falcon, the book, is now in the public domain. So, guys, what are we going to do with the Maltese Falcon? And don't just say it's a horror movie where a falcon is killing people.
Yeah, I mean, that's the obvious one. So it's... So in the movie, is it about a book called The Maltese Falcon?
No, and again, the movie is not in the public domain. That won't come into the public domain for another, I think, 11 years. So this is just the book, The Maltese Falcon, by Dashiell Hammett.
So,
Dan, you've certainly read this book before, right?
I'm trying to remember whether I actually read The Maltese Falcon. I think I did, but it was like
it's a great
back
book.
when I was in high school.
Because I've got an idea.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, it's called The Maltese Space Falcon. It's the same old book, but you set it in outer space. Space detectives. You got space gangsters or whatever. Just do it. Call The Maltese Space Falcon. Or when Star Wars enters the public domain in the 2670s, I think in the year 2072 or something like that, then you do the Maltese Millennium Falcon. You can finally combine them.
It's really cute. You think the world's still going to exist then?
I mean, the world will exist. I'm not sure if humanity will exist by that point. You know, as he said in Jurassic World Rebirth, the world's going to shake us off like a bad cold or something like that. You know. So guys, Maltese Space Falcon.
Did he say that?
He does say that. Yeah.
Wait, who's he?
Oh, the scientist guy.
Oh, okay.
The sexiest,
Who
Dr.
is
Loomis.
he?
Okay.
But what would you guys want to do with the Maltese Falcon? Dan, what would you want to do with like a detective mystery where they're looking for a
And
valuable
you can't do Space
statue?
Falcon. Elliott called
I already
dibs
said
on
that,
Space
yeah.
Falcon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Gunfighter Falcon, like Wild West.
Old West. Okay, it's an Old West mystery. All right, Dan. I guess what genre is it? Pirate Falcon? What are you gonna put on there? Maltese Cave Falcon.
Underwater Falcon.
Okay, the Maltese Aqua Falcon. How would that operate exactly?
Well, hard to fly underwater. I mean,
Again,
it
the
wouldn't
Maltese
fly
Falcon
anyway.
is a statue of
I'm
a
gonna
bird.
change
It's not an
mine.
actual bird.
Can mine be a peanut butter falcon?
Tell me how that works. Tell me how that operates.
I didn't see the movie, so I can't.
Are you talking about the peanut butter solution? Is that what you're
Maybe.
playing off
He's
of?
talking about
I
the
don't even know
7%
it.
solution, the story where Sherlock Holmes is addicted to peanut butter and he goes to Sigmund Freud to help him.
Yeah.
The Maltese peanut butter space falcon. Let's work on it. He goes underwater at some point because maybe he goes to a water planet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go on.
What? I thought you were.
Nope, I was right. Peanut Butter Falcon is an existing movie.
Okay.
I already stole that idea. I was right. You guys were all wrong. I'm right.
But then we can't.
Wrong about what?
You guys were wrong.
I don't think we ever said that's not a thing. All right, let's move on. So the Maltese Falcon's in outer space. Here's another book entering the public domain. The Little Engine That Could. In the public domain right now. What can we do with the little engine that could? You guys must know this story, right?
You know this story But what if we came at it from a new angle?
Okay.
What if he couldn't?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What if we make it demotivational? We sort of train children.
And we will train children. It's a book about a train. Yeah.
We need to prepare them for the world that exists now where the small get crushed and cannot succeed.
So would it end with, so the book as it ends now, the little engine that could agrees to take the toys and candy and good foods for all the children on the other side of the mountain. She agrees to take them over the hill, and she does. She's able to do it. In this, after these other...
But in the process, she dies, right?
No, that doesn't happen. Okay. It ends with her saying, I thought I could, I thought I could, I thought I could. If you... it's not canonical that she dies afterwards. I think you're thinking of like the Giving Tree. But so in your version of it, when the older trains say, I'm not going to do that, it's impossible, they are proved right. And the little engine that could will go up the hill and then fall backwards or like be derailed or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, there's just a big train at the top that just like sort of slaps them down.
Says, we don't want the kids to have this stuff. Slaps her down.
A goalie.
And then what happens to the toys? Do they all die or what happens to them?
They're alive?
They're toys?
Yeah, they're all talking and dancing around and asking her to bring her places. Yeah, bring the places. Okay. I will remind you, maybe you guys have forgotten this. This is a book for children. This is a book for children. So it plays fast and loose with the laws of reality. Trains talk.
But if we're making this into a movie, the audience, the core audience knew it as children. We want to give them something to enjoy as an adult.
Right. You want it to age up with the audience. That's a very good point. Okay,
so yes. Be emotionally complex, right?
And dark and gritty.
Yeah, the little engine has like a backstory and like a drinking problem.
This is the little engine's looking for redemption and then fails. Does not achieve that redemption. Yeah. So this is like a Nicholas Winding Refn type movie.
Yeah, maybe the little engine was the train from that thing where if you go on one side you run over a bunch of people, and if you go on the other side,
the trolley problem.
So that's okay. You bring the trolley. So the little engine has to go over a hill to bring the toys to the good little boys and girls on the other side. But there's people on the track, and then there's more people on the other track, and she has to decide whether to switch tracks. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, what a grim tale!
Yeah, it's gritty. It's super gritty.
And then we have like a hip hop score, but with some needle drops from the 80s and 90s,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of fast camera movement.
Yeah, a lot of fast camera. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just make it disorienting and unpleasant.
Sickening.
We got the pull quote for the poster. Disorienting, unpleasant, says Dave McCoy. Sickening, says Stuart Wellington.
They're like, you can pull quote your own movie?
You can now. Look, it's the future. Look, who cares? There are no rules. Come on.
I'm Jordan Crucchiola, host of Feeling Seen, where every week I have a different actor, director, or writer as my co-host. And whoever that co-host may be, it is a sure bet that we are digging deep and having a great time doing it.
I love that you just said that.
Yeah, I mean, if I were going to join a cult, I think this might be it.
A fresh look at your favorite film and a peek behind the curtain at how movies get made.
Oh, okay, I'm going to tell you this whole story. Okay, I almost got fired from that movie.
You should be listening to Feeling Seen.
I had so much fun. I love what you're doing.
I hope I did okay.
New episodes every week on Maximum Fun.
On Judge John Hodgman, the courtroom is fake, but the disputes are real.
Brian would say, I'm the Gumby of this family. He's just not.
Claiming to be Gumby is an un-Gumby-like claim.
No, it's just Gumby and I being our authentic selves.
So what's your complaint? Too many sauces?
There are no foods on which to put the sauces.
Have we named all the sauces on the top shelf yet?
Not even close.
You economize when it comes to pants.
Truly, it's not about the cleanliness of the pants.
Well, why isn't it? This is what I want to know. Judge John Hodgman, fake court, weird cases, real justice. On MaximumFun.org, YouTube, and everywhere you get podcasts.
Hey there, flop folk. If you want to drink less in 2026, maybe instead of pouring a cocktail, try Soul's Out of Office drinks. They've got the same relaxing vibe with zero alcohol and zero hangover. How? Well, Soul makes feeling good simple. They make delicious hemp-derived CBD and THC products. And, it can be difficult with these sorts of things sometimes, but they've got precise dosing, clean ingredients, and formulations designed for predictable feel-good effects. You don't want to be surprised. And Sol is the alcohol alternative that puts you in control of your mood. Their best-selling out-of-office gummies deliver a customizable calming buzz. You can have anything from a 1.5 milligram microdose for a gentle lift to 15 milligram for a deeper, more elevated experience. It's the easiest way to unwind when you want to unwind without the grogginess or next day regret of alcohol. So give yourself the gift of a healthier unwind. Right now, Sol is offering our audience 30% off your entire order. Go to getsol.com and use the code FLOP. That's getsol.com. That's SOUL. Promo code FLOP for 30% off.
And of course, the Flophouse also has its own stuff to talk about. For instance, Flop TV continues apace. Last week was our Dr. Dolittle episode of Flop TV, where we talked about the 1960s Rex Harrison Dr. Dolittle. And we have one more episode left of Flop TV. Again, Flop TV is the 1 hour on your computer live video broadcast where we do the Flophouse, but we have video segments. We do a PowerPoint presentation. It's a lot of fun stuff. We answer questions from the audience. There's one episode left that's in February 7th. We'll be talking about Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's right. The baddest of the bad movies, supposedly. The one that was elevated to the tip of the top that everyone knows about. Plan 9 from Outer Space, the crowning masterwork of Ed Wood. We'll finally be talking about it February 7th.
Not Orgy of the Dead?
No, Orgy of the Dead is not considered his masterwork. Not Glenn or Glenda, not Bride of the Monster, or any of those things. Or Bride of the Atom. Was that what it was released as? I don't remember.
It was released as Bride of the Monster.
Bride of the Monster, okay. I got it mixed up. That if you go to theflophouse.simpletix.com, you can buy tickets for the episodes. Tickets for the episodes, but you just said the season finale's coming up. Oh, ho, ho. If you missed any of the episodes, you can buy a ticket to watch the recording of that episode. Those will all be available through the end of February in case you can't join us live. If you get the season pass bundle, that's 6 shows for the price of 5. You should do it. It's like you're taking money from us. Money we can use to feed our families. So now you get to hold on to it.
It's like you're stealing one episode out of our pocket, like you're a little bandit.
When we're not looking.
Yeah, like you're a raccoon.
So that's the flophouse.simpletix.com for Flop TV Season 3 as it comes to a close. But we are also going to be in San Francisco in just a couple weeks. We're going to be appearing at SF Sketchfest at Cobb's Comedy Club once again on Sunday, January 25th. We're doing an afternoon show, so you'll still get a good night's sleep for work the next day. Don't worry, little baby. And we'll be there. Go to sfsketchfest.com for the schedule and tickets. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about Master of Disguise, the Dana Carvey movie that has been one of the most requested movies for us to talk about. I think just because of the scene where he dresses up like a turtle man. That's
not the whole movie?
No, it's just one
unfortunately,
scene.
it's a very short part of the movie.
Unfortunately, he doesn't spend the whole movie as a turtle man, but that will be Sunday, January 25th at Cobb's Comedy Club as part of SF Sketchfest.
Don't worry, though, Stuart. Pistachio Disguise, he puts on a lot more disguises. Some of them are racist.
So, boy. Can't wait to talk about it. That'll be great.
Yeah.
We had a great time at SF Sketchfest last year when we talked about Cutthroat Island.
When you do all those accents, Dan, you can be like, it's from the movie.
I will not.
I have to do it. He's in the movie. All right. So anyway, I'm going to get canceled for this, but I guess it's okay for Dana Carvey to do it 25 years ago.
That's what I sound like. I sound like
I love this version of
cartoon.
Me, Dan McCoy. All right. I guess I'm not allowed to, but all right.
Yeah.
So that's, again, go to sfsketchfest.com for the schedule. There are a lot of great shows going on and to get tickets. And if you want to buy a book and have me sign it, go ahead and buy a copy of Joke Farming, How to Write Comedy and Other Nonsense. It's available in stores now. But let's get back to the show. We're going to talk about just a few more properties that are now in the public domain, what we're going to do with them. So let's talk about a couple movies that are going to be that are now in the public domain as of the release of this episode. So these are movies people watch. Dan, did you know Animal Crackers is now the second Marx Brothers movie to enter the public domain? What can we do with Animal Crackers? I know you'd love the idea of messing with it.
Yeah. Please, let's take something I love and do something new with it for no good reason.
Chris Pratt's in it.
Oh, God.
So this is an Animal Crackers remake. Chris Pratt stars as which of the brothers, or all three of them?
Garfield.
Or all four of them. I'm sorry, it's a four Marx Brothers movie. Garfield. He's Garfield in Animal Crackers?
Yeah, because Garfield's an animal.
That's a good point.
Like, so, I mean, obviously the key component to any Marx Brothers movie is the Marx Brothers. We
Debatable.
don't have access to that.
Debatable. They made a Three Stooges movie without the Three Stooges.
What about brain donors without them?
Sure. Yeah,
I mean, Brain Donors is the closest. The closest thing it's done.
And they do an okay job. There's laughs in Brain Donors.
It's a funny movie, yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think what are the Animal Crackers is a musical mystery about a
stolen painting.
A stolen painting, and you never quite find out who actually stole the painting, I don't think, really, in any satisfying way.
I mean, because also it's a movie version of a play where they cut like a third of the play out to make it into a movie. So a lot of stuff was lost. What you missed in mystery, we've got a mystery character who's in the public domain now, Nancy Drew. Maybe we just insert Nancy Drew into the Marx Brothers Animal Crackers movie.
Honestly, that would be really funny if there was like a child detective who was taking things really seriously, and then you had these sort of like four numbskulls running around
who are acting like children. Yeah. Dan, I think maybe we just made that movie better. What do you think?
I don't think it's. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies in the world, but that's a good idea.
We did make it better, but the idea of a I don't love it usually when the Marx Brothers characters are engaging with children in the movies, because it's a lot of like the children love them. They're just really delightful. Like, it's a way of softening the characters. But I do like the idea of a child who is irritated by the Marx Brothers.
Yeah.
Like, act like adults.
Exactly. Let's go here's one other movie that's in the public domain now. This is a Best Picture winning movie. All Quiet on the Western Front is now in the public domain. The novel, I believe, already was. Now the movie is, we can do whatever we want with that movie. What are we going to do with it?
So.
Like, put a musical number in it?
Yeah. Let's play it all backwards, like it's somebody's memories.
So it's like, so functionally, like, okay, what's different that like between we already could have adapted the book.
I mean, and they just did a couple years ago. There's just a new version of All Quiet on the Western Front.
And it did really well, right?
So if the movie is what is like
this is
available
the actual movie is what's available. So we could re-edit it. We could insert ourselves in it.
We could tint it and add like 80s music, like the Giorgio Moroder
Metropolis.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Or what if we tinted it and we added modern music to it? What if it's all Taylor Swift scored? I mean, that's not public domain music, but
we do a section that's like rotoscoped.
Yeah, you could do that.
Are you allowed to do that, or is that?
Yeah, you could do that.
Were we allowed to do that before? Can you
you couldn't. So the thing is, anything that is specific to that movie, any changes that were made between the book for that movie, or anything that's specific, the imagery from that movie was not in the public domain. Now it is. Now it's so you could rotoscope it now.
What's different in the movie? The part with the aliens?
Yeah. The part with the aliens, because we're adding that in. I don't remember all the differences between the movie and the book, but now you could take the footage from that movie and you could do whatever you want with it. You know. Mm-hmm. So I think Dan's idea of doing a Giorgio Moroder on it is kind of a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah, let's make it like an MTV, All Quiet on the Western Front.
There you go, yeah.
It loses some of the anti-war message, but it
loses all of the anti-war message.
Danceability.
I mean, when you put Love as a Battlefield on there, does that dilute the anti-war message, or does it make it harder? Hit harder, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Again, Love as a Battlefield, not a public domain song. We'd have to license that song. Yeah. Let's talk about. There's a play that's in the public domain now. The Human Voice by Jean Cocteau. That's the play where it's a woman on the phone with her lover who is leaving her, and I believe it's just a one-person play the whole time. What are we going to do with this play? Now this is in the public domain, we do whatever we want with it. Can we finally provide the other half of that phone conversation, and maybe it's really funny?
We intercut it with Bob Newhart doing a one-sided clone conversation.
Again, Bob Newhart's work is not in the public domain. We'd have to license that, but we don't have to pay for the Human Voice license, so we can use that money for Bob Newhart's
half the price of what it would have been a year ago.
A year ago, if you want to do that Human Voice Bob Newhart mashup, you would have had to pay out the nose. Now you just got to pay out one nostril. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
what are we doing here, guys?
We should just cut together footage from all these other movies that involve people talking on the phone. So it's like she's talking to untold millions of people on the other side of that line.
That's
Although
a great
we'll
idea.
have to pay for a lot of things.
Yeah, although, I mean...
But this is going to make Botho B.O., so I think we get...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
People are going to be thirsty for this. This is clamoring.
Guaranteed. Oh, a new spin on the human voice? Wonderful. This is exactly what I want.
This I got to see.
Like, the human voice? I've got one of those.
It's like
All
I'm
right,
in the
I'll
picture.
buy it. What happens in this one?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so that's what we do. We just cut it with a lot of things. It'll be like that Apple commercial for the iPhone years ago, where it's just shots of people on the phone. But now there's a story to it. Or what if, do you know the movie Sorry, Wrong Number?
I do know.
Which is not in the public domain. But if you cut those together, so she's on the one end, again, this is the play, so we'd have to shoot the footage of it. There is a movie of the human voice, but it's not in the public domain yet.
Okay.
You had the play where if you had an actor on stage doing this one side of the phone call, and then you had the footage from Sorry, Wrong Number, where she believes there's a man who's she's overheard a call about a man who's going to kill her, and then you cut those together. Yeah, there you go. You got your story.
It's a good idea, yeah.
And finally, the last thing we're going to talk about today, finally, it's in the public domain. I know, Dan, you've been clamoring for something to do with this.
I hope it's Alf.
Alf is in the public domain, but Gordon Shumway is not. I don't understand
because that was a
how.
later edition. Yeah, exactly. You can do all the stuff about Alf in the house. But you can't do anything about Melmac that was established in the cartoon series.
I don't care that.
Just kill me.
But finally, in the public domain is the original German text of Relativity, the Special and General Theory by Albert Einstein. The English translation has been in the public domain since 1995, but we've been unable to touch the original German text.
And it's so much more beautiful in the original German.
Oh, because it's a beautiful language, exactly. Dan, Stu, what are we going to do now that we can do whatever we want with the German text of this?
You speak German.
Ja, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch verstehen und sprechen. Let's, obviously we put a beat to it. We release it as a fucking awesome rap song.
Okay.
It's in German, so people won't be able to argue whether or not it sounds good.
Too obvious to say, but that's the best ideas are sometimes like that.
Sometimes it's just the first one. Yeah. All right. So just to continue with, just to wrap up what we've talked about. We've really come up with a lot of. We've taken. I think we fulfilled.
You TM'd this, right? You TM'd the whole episode, right?
Well, the Flophouse is of course copyright and trademark of us, but we've done exactly what public domain is for, which is to take pieces of culture and be able to, and not just culture, but also scientific discoveries, things like that, and to make new things about them that enrich the common culture, and that add new meaning and new ideas to the pot of ideas that all of humanity gets to pull from. So those ideas, we talked about Nancy Drool. It's Nancy Drew, but she's gross. Blondie, she's inventing the Blondie. That's the story of that. Buddy Boop there's a dog woman who's constantly being confused for Betty Boop, and she is tired of it. Flip the Frog has a sexual secret we didn't really get into. The Maltese Falcon now takes place in space, or perhaps it has peanut butter. The Peanut Butter Falcon, again, not in the public domain, but the Maltese Falcon's in space or underwater. The little engine that couldn't, we've taken that beautiful tale of inspiration and we've made it a realistic tale of disappointment. Animal Crackers now has a little kid who is constantly annoyed by the Marx Brothers in it. All Quiet on the Western Front is full of 80s hits and tinted imagery, and the human voice is now slammed up against a movie that we don't have the rights to, unfortunately. And finally, Einstein has taken his proper role as a rap star, a hip hop luminary.
The real MC squared.
Oh my God!
That's what we release it as.
Equals MC squared.
We release it as Relativity, the Special and the General Theory Club Remix by MC Squared. That's what we do. Guys, we did it. There's a reason we have the public domain, and we fulfilled it today.
We did it.
So thank you for coming with me on this journey. Thank you, listeners, for coming with us on this journey as well. We, of course, are the Flophouse. We are produced by Alex Smith, our producer. He goes by the name Howell Doughty. Online, look up his music and podcasts. He's a wonderful person and a very funny and talented individual. We are part of the Maximum Fun Podcast Network. Please go to MaximumFun.org to listen to other great podcasts you will probably enjoy. And until then, just keep listening to the Flophouse. Tell people about us. Why not leave a 5-star rating so that people know that we're doing wonderful things with the public domain here? Come see us on Flop TV, and by come see us, I mean tune in on your computer. Come see us January 25th in San Francisco at Cobb's Comedy Club. Otherwise, that's all the business we've got right now, guys. We'll see you next week on a movie version of the Flophouse, where we're talking about a movie rather than a mini version where we drive each other insane.
Talk about a mini, yeah.
we talk about a mini, yeah. Minnie Mouse is going to be in the public domain very soon, if she isn't already.
I can't wait. Okay, so for the Flophouse, that's been Elliott Kalin. This is Dan McCoy over here, and I'm Stewie Wellington saying bow wow wow.
Perfect.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
supported
directly
by you.